Don't go anywhere because shortly, Lindsey and I are going to review two different shows, two different directors, twice the fun. Don't go anywhere.
Stay right there. Hi, and welcome to the ArtsFam podcast.
The only show of its kind that spotlights the arts and entertainment scene in Southern Maryland.
We're your hosts, Lindsey Pommerenck and James LePore, and every week we bring you an engaging interview with a local artist or entertainer that's part of something that you can enjoy this week in Southern Maryland. Plus, we give you a list of even more fun things you can do if being a part of the event that we cover isn't enough for you. Because, as you're always saying, James,
be nice to each other, stay hydrated, make a full stop before you make a right turn.
I mean, that's good advice. But
what else you mean the other thing where I say, there's more to do in Southern Maryland than people have time to do.
I know that's right. Speaking of, we are at our first play of the week. James, where are we?
That's right. A double feature show, right? So this one, we are at the Indian Head Black Box Theater with the director of Blue Mermaid, Sid Curl. This is the first show from the new opening night productions that we had Rick Thompson on describing all. Was that our first episode, wasn't it?
It was our first episode of the new year.
Gotcha. Yep. Gotcha. So, Sid, we're very anxious to hear about what this show is about, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, this show is about a woman who is an artist who lives in Ocean City. She lives in an older condominium, and she has had a tragedy in her life, and she has retreated to this condominium for, she's been there for several years. So she surrounded herself with her paintings, which is what she is. She's an artist. And suddenly, out of nowhere, her granddaughter shows up, which she was not expecting. And she realizes that she's got to start dealing with this granddaughter and with life and with her family again. And so the granddaughter brings this out of her, that she's got to be more kind, she's got to be generous. And the granddaughter is looking for a way, an explanation of life, what has been going on. She's been trapped with her aunt in Baltimore, and she just realizes that all of a sudden, I'm not being told what I need to be told, so I'm out of here. And so she shows up for Grandma.
Can we run down who's in the show?
So we have the wonderful Alexis Adams, and she plays Keisha, which, can I just say, Alexis killed it. The teenage angst was bringing me back, so that was awesome. Then next we have Sarah Espinoza, which I had never seen Sarah in like a lead role, like full, like speaking, like get to it, and it was fun. It was really cool to get to see her with all those lines and a full character that was fully developed, and
she brings a lot of life to the stage.
So Southern Maryland, get to it, because she's really cool to watch. And then we have Joanne Fusel, who played the grandmother, or not grandmother, you have to come see it to find out. And she had the I'm not a grandma, I'm a glamma, kind of energy. So that was a lot of fun.
Another well-known actress, and Joanne does a lot of things too. As a matter of fact, she was my costumer at PTP for Death by Chocolate. She was my wife in Death Trap at Newtown.
Small world.
Have a lot of great fun times with Joanne.
And then finally we have Rick Thompson, the founder of Opening Nights.
He's in this too?
He's, that fun comedic relief that you need, because this is kind of a heavier show.
Yep.
Deals with, unexpectedly, some issues of race. It deals with
pregnancy.
Yeah. It deals with kind of that not so healthy family dynamic, and what does generational trauma look like, addiction, all of the above. So don't bring your kids to this.
How did it come that you are the first director for the first show for Opening Night Productions?
Well, there was nobody else. No, that's not true. When we started discussing what was going to be the first show for Opening Night Productions, and it came around to Blue Mermaid and Mark Sharf. Well, I've been in love with this show for over 30 years.
Whoa.
I mean, Mark wrote this a long time ago.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And it was one of his shows that had gone unpublished.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were able to do that because we do unpublished scripts. So Mark was very open to letting us have the script because he hadn't had it performed.
Mm-hmm.
It had only been performed once, and that was by a very small company. And I don't even know, I think they were in Virginia, but I'm not sure. And so he picked it up, and everybody read it that was concerned with opening night productions, and it became very popular among the board members and the members who have joined as of late. And so we decided that Blue Mermaid was going to be the first production. And then they turned to me and said, well, you are very familiar with it, and you Mark are really close friends, so would you be interested in doing it? And they didn't have to ask me twice. I took it on.
The right man at the helm. Are you still accepting opening night productions, accepting scripts for consideration?
Yes, we still all scripts. If you have a script that you've written, please send it in to us. We are very interested in new stuff. We want to see it. We want to produce it. We want to get it on the board. We want playwrights in Southern Maryland to understand that we're open for your stuff, for your plays. So send them to us.
And how did you end up here at the Black Box? Will all the performances from opening night productions take place here at the Black Box?
Well, we've got a very interesting relationship with the Indian Head Black Box Center of the Arts.
Mm-hmm.
They have not been very active, COVID and everything. They still haven't recovered from that. So Rick introduced conversation with them, and they were very open to talking with us. And so we formed a partnership for right now where this is going to be our home. And we will probably do at least another script here. If not, we will probably continue on here. So it has been very favorable so far. They've given us free reign. And here we are.
Plus, it's also very cool since, especially you and Rick are both associated with other theater groups, Twin Beach and New Direction. Mm-hmm. So to see a whole new theater company in a new setting is just very exciting for Southern Maryland.
Wonderful. That's wonderful to hear because, again, that's what we're encouraging. We want excitement. We want comedy. We want drama.
Being that this is a play primarily about three women and kind of generationally what that looks like. Obviously, you're not a woman. So what did you tap into to be able to direct them in such a way that what it means to be a woman and what it means to be a woman that, surrounded by women from different generations, and what do those connections mean? How did you tap into that as a director?
Well, first of all, I was very fortunate in my three actresses. I mean, I've got three quality performers, and they are anxious to put this play on. Once they read the script, they wanted to play the roles. Mm-hmm. I think the other fact is, I have to admit, I have two daughters and two granddaughters and one great-granddaughter. Okay. So I'm surrounded by ladies that I respect and appreciate. And so I thought, I just think this script really talks to women. I mean, it really says a lot to them. And so it's just something I wanted to do. I really love the script for this fact that, like you say, there's three generations. Yeah. And that was Mark's intention, was to find a way for the generations to come together of equal mind, that they could really find a way. And as the one character says, we're just three sorry women. And it's like, no, they're not. They're joyous. They're happy. They're looking to enjoy each other and the camaraderie of women. And that's what the script really does bring about, is there's a camaraderie that forms between women that is just remarkable. I mean, I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Wow.
We just wanted to show you the three lovely actresses involved in this show. To my right, Sarah Espinoza, Joanne Fusel, Alexis Adams, and of course, Rick is sitting over there wondering, why am I not here saying hello to the audience? But you know Rick. Anyway, thank you so much. We really enjoyed the performance. Everybody's going to love it. Okay, Sid, how many nights does this show run?
Well, there are 3 shows this weekend, which there will be Friday, Saturday shows at 8 p.m. and 3:30 for the matinee on Sunday.
And we understand people can get tickets at IndianHeadBlackBox.com. So
that is true.
Don't wait till the last minute. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss these fine actresses.
All right, so coming up next, guys, we have a second interview for another show that you can see this coming week.
Which is?
Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella at Summerstock.
And we'll be interviewing the director.
Welcome back. All right, James, where are we at now?
This is my living room. No, it's not. I wish it was my living room, but we are on stage at Summerstock, which is at Great Mills High School in Great Mills, Maryland, where they're getting ready to open their 42nd production, Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Rodgers plus Hammerstein.
Cinderella, gotcha.
Yes.
Lindsey said it's one of her favorites, so.
Okay, yeah. So, Rodgers and Hammerstein, for a minute, we got to talk about that. They have a lot of properties that aren't, they don't age well, some of them.
Okay.
But Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella, I gotta say, has always been my favorite one, and remarkably does age well.
Okay.
So did that factor in to your selection of this show?
So partially, yes. Last year, thinking about this year's show, I felt very strongly that we needed to do a Golden Age show, because it had been since 2017 when we did Oklahoma. And that's too long to not do the classics. But I couldn't figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And I knew that Summerstock had done Rodgers and Hammerstein's enchanted version of Cinderella in 2010. So I was like, and I hate repeating shows. I hate that we repeat shows. So I was like, well, that wasn't that. But then I realized that in 2010, when we did it, Cinderella had never been on Broadway before. So it wasn't until 2013 when it opened on Broadway with a completely different script, completely different list of songs, some of the originals, some of the classics that everybody knows, and some new Rodgers and Hammerstein songs from the trunk, songs like there's a song that got cut from South Pacific, song that got cut from another show, song that they completely rewrote lyrics to form a new version of Cinderella, which is perfect.
It's one of my most favorite Broadway soundtracks of all
time. And that is the
awesome.
version that you're doing here?
That's the version that we are doing, which is absolutely perfect for an election year. I don't get very political very often, but the show is just perfect. Because they have an election in the show.
Oh, I was wondering where that
so
was
it's
going.
kind of perfect.
Ooh, I love that.
And I love the show. I do love it. And I think it's a better show than The Enchanted.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't, what is the difference exactly?
There are 4 stage versions available of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella.
What?
When you go to the Concord website, one of them is the Getting to Know Cinderella or whatever they call it, so the junior school version. But then there are 3 others. There's the straight up script from the original TV production, I think. There's The Enchanted, and there's this. And they have a spreadsheet that you can download to say, well, this one has these songs. And this version has these songs. And this version has these songs. And there are ones where these 2 are the same, and these or whatever. It's fun.
Wow.
And they make it be very clear you are selecting the version that you want.
Oh, gosh.
I've never seen any other show like that.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah,
okay.
It's really cool. If you're a theater nerd, that's the kind of thing that makes you kind of excited.
Yeah, I second that.
Yes, we have a wonderful live orchestra that is playing in the band room, and the sound is being piped in, and they sound amazing.
Okay, so talk to me.
Yes.
So talk to me about Summerstock itself, because when I first heard about this, I was that teenage theater kid in me was just squeeing with delight that something like this exists in Southern Maryland that's completely free.
For the kids.
Yes,
for the kids.
That's completely free for the kids, because typically when it comes to, your kids, your teens getting to participate in theater outside of, say, a public school setting, it's a pay-to-play situation. And I think it's amazing that Summerstock completely subverts that stereotype. So tell me about, how did you get involved? All the ways.
Okay, so Summerstock and I are the same age.
Oh, okay.
Summerstock and I were both born in 1971.
Love that.
And I love that fact.
Yeah.
Yes.
How fun.
So I was born, and completely unrelated to the fact, just happening around the same time, people in the county, and I should be able to tell you their names, but
it's okay. It's okay.
Said, hey, you know what? It would be awesome if during the summer we gave the kids in the county something to do and did a big musical with kids from all of the schools in the county, not just one school, not just that school, but anybody in the county could do it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then, as I always tell my cast, and I find it funny and will always find this funny, they said, great, that's a great idea. What show should we do? Why don't we do a show about strippers? Okay, cool. So they did Gypsy. The first show that Summerstock did was Gypsy.
St. Mary's County was a different
There
place
you
to
go.
live in the
So
70s.
every year since I've been back in the program in 2014, every year I use Everything's Coming Up Roses as the opening night energy song. With the cast.
Okay.
It's my connective thing to that. So Summerstock they did shows for 3 years, and then they took a 13-year break, like you do.
It's tiring.
And started back up in 1986, and have been going ever since.
Okay, but how long have you been here?
So back in 1994, a year after I graduated college, I was kind of getting tired of not getting paid for my internship at a
Understandably.
professional theater in this country. And my dad and my mom were like, you should just move back home. And my dad, being former county commissioner, contacted Arthur Shepard and said, hey, you got anything my son could do? Well, we're looking for a director for Summerstock. Well, hey, why doesn't we do that? And my life just kind of lined up.
I love
so
that.
that helped me come home, direct a show. We did Little Abner that year, 94. And then that gave me 3 months to work on finding a job.
There you
while
go.
I was directing the show, and I got a job at the Shakespeare Theater up in D.C., where I stayed for 2 years while I directed 3 more Summerstock shows before I moved to Kansas City for 12 years.
Plot twist.
Plot twist. Kansas City thrown in there. And then I moved back to the county in 2008 and started coming back to the shows in 2012, I think. And after I saw the show in 2013, which I forget if that was Hairspray or Wizard of Oz.
Hairspray.
Hairspray.
Amanda and Tia were both in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Small world.
Gary Reed, who was our producer from the time of Sound of Music, my second Summerstock show, until after 2019 when he retired, said, hey, wait, Allison, the director, is stepping down. She's not coming back next year. Would you think about coming back?
Oh.
And I had been was nearing a 7-year absence of theater in my life.
Oh.
And hated it.
Yeah.
And I thought for about negative 0.3 seconds and said, yes. And they haven't gotten rid of me since. So this is my 14th Summerstock show since 19. Wow. And this is 30 years since my first show.
Restart your
sentence. Okay, fine. I'm a little dramatic. Okay. So this is my 14th Summerstock show, and it has been 30 years since my first Summerstock show. Kind of stuttered there for a second. Sorry. Okay. Do it again.
Did that hurt a little bit to say?
Yes. I'm older than I almost said I'm older than I feel, but my knees tell me that I'm all the time. And yes, I can totally tell I'm blushing. It's fine. Okay.
How many people in your cast, Wade?
Why are you asking me difficult questions?
Well, because I know in Summerstock
it's a lot.
Productions,
It's a lot.
Over 40. I have a cast of over 40
people.
Yes.
Okay, so what's that like? 40 children. You're not just keeping them alive. You are like guiding them artistically. How?
And they're not so. Our age, we go up to 21.
Okay.
So I don't think our 21-year-olds would like me to call them children.
No.
But yeah,
they get loved in.
They do. Yes. Yes, they do. So no, it's wonderful. It still feels small to me because 2019 for Newsies had a cast of over 75 on this stage.
What?
75.
Oh my god!
And it was amazing. And then COVID happened, and we're still slowly rebuilding.
Yeah.
So actually, whatever I can't keep track of the exact number this year, but it's a little bit less than School of Rock last year.
Okay, which that was a big show.
That was over 50. Yeah,
another amazing production.
We're in the 40s. Well, thank you.
Okay, so give me what are some highlight stories of directing this many children?
Oh gosh.
And young adults.
This year or ever?
This year.
This year. Okay. Well, so fun thing. We have one of our cast members. Her father was in my second and third show that I directed in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. So that's how old I am. I'm now directing the children of people that I've directed before.
Oh my gosh.
But she was actually in our COVID year virtual show.
Yeah.
So it's not. This is actually her second Summerstock show. But anyway, yeah, that's how that. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's how we measure
Well,
age.
do you know what though? What a legacy for you.
That's
To be like,
what I love.
I directed your
Yes.
father.
Yes, and we're not. I don't think we're actually using it in the show, but I brought in the vest that he wore as the
Shut
baker
up.
in Into the Woods, and had
Shut
her put it
up.
on. And
Oh my
I still
gosh.
need to get a picture of the two of them.
Oh my gosh, you
'cause
totally
that's
do.
how much of a nerd I am. Because yes, I have a 30-year. I have a vest that I bought at a vintage thrift store somewhere that I've had for, well, I guess it's 28 years now. But yeah.
Hey, you know what? We all need our hobbies.
Uh-huh.
And I admire the
would-
people that are just like so passionate about theirs that they are unabashedly nerdy, and you fit the bill. That is
Yes.
why
Yeah.
Wade, like one of my favorite people in the area, because we nerd out every
Yes,
time.
I
Every
can
time.
nerd out
Amazing
everything.
director
Yes.
and one of the assistant.
Assistant artistic director in Newtown Players as well.
Yep.
Where I'll be directing Witness for the Prosecution next year.
Ooh,
Stay tuned.
yay!
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, we're gonna definitely have you on for
Yes,
that
please do.
because oh my god, that's
We'll talk
everything.
about how my
Yes.
audition was. Like, don't think I don't want to work for Wade.
Well,
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
All
I will.
right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go.
So, what are the dates?
We open Friday, July 19th, and we close on Sunday, July 28th.
Okay.
Friday nights are at 7 o'clock. Saturdays are at 1 and 7, and Sundays are at 3.
I
Okay.
love that there's two
Both
matinees.
weekends,
That's
both
great.
weekends, yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah.
So tickets are available at stmaryscountymd.gov/recreate/Summerstock. Even if you don't buy tickets online, you can show up and buy tickets at the door. I guarantee tickets will be available.
Yeah, and this is a really big theater, as is customary with high school auditoriums. So,
It's about 750, I think.
okay, yeah. So you want to come?
Bring everyone you know.
Absolutely. Come support these kids. This is an amazing program that, as I shared earlier, is not a normal thing that's
No.
available.
No.
So support it. Let St. Mary's County know that this is an amazing thing that they need to keep on going.
Look at
with.
this set. They do it up right
Volunteers,
here at
built
Summerstock.
by volunteers, several new people to us that
Wow.
I know have never built a set.
I sat in the seats
my
just
God.
staring
Yeah.
at this. It was so beautiful.
All right. So if this isn't enough for you to do between seeing Blue Mermaid and coming to see Summerstock's production of Rodgers plus Hammerstein's Cinderella, then stay right there because coming up, we're going to be giving you even more fun things you can do this week in Southern Maryland. Stay right there. Come back.
Was that amazing or what?
I know.
Two great shows to go see.
I know. It's insane. Like I remember when we were talking about, who are we gonna have on this month? You're looking at the calendar and there's 4 theaters, which we didn't cover Wizard of Oz or Tobacco
But
Players.
there's a reason why.
They're completely sold out. That's
So-
crazy. An entire month-long run. Truly, we are so happy for you guys, Port Tobacco Players, on your sold-out run.
Thrilled.
That is a massive deal to sell out an entire month in community theater. So break a leg, all you wonderful human beings. And for those of you that got to snag tickets, I've heard it's amazing. So, Oh my God. Okay, so let's get to what are some bonus events?
There's some, okay. So, as we always say, it's arts and entertainment. Well, here's an actual art exhibit.
Yeah.
It's called the Abstracted Art Show, and it's at the North End Gallery, which is Fenwick Street in Leonardtown, from July 15th to the 28th. Free admission. Just walk in. It's all about colors, lines, and shapes. You make your own interpretation,
Yes.
as is, modern art and abstract art. There's artwork on the walls, plus jewelry, woodwork, ceramics. Sounds like a
Oh,
chill time to
that
me.
sounds beautiful.
So
oh my
go.
God. Okay, so on my end of things, we have the Southern Maryland Wine in White Caribbean Celebration.
Ooh.
Okay, it's from July 19th to the 21st,
Mhm.
and it says wear all white, and it starts with a kickoff at Latrice's Kitchen at 7 p.m.
Latrice Carr, our friend, who will certainly be a guest before long.
We love. Then you head over to the Leonardtown Wharf for live music, samba dancers, and food by Jamaican Grill. And
Mhm.
then they also have a Sunday brunch at Sweetwater. So
It's
I
a
mean,
full
come on.
3 days.
come on.
What's the price of that? 3 days of fun.
$75.
Okay.
Which, I mean, is
Sounds
completely
worth it.
reasonable.
So
yeah.
get your white clothes ready. Did you ever see me samba?
No,
No, nobody has. Okay, so how about an outdoor event, right?
Okay.
Hollywood Fire Department annual carnival.
Mhm.
It's always a good time, always. This year it's July 18th to the 21st, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And, like any other carnival, food, fun games, rides, nightly prize raffles. Yay. They do it upright. You'll have a great time.
Yeah,
Go.
that sounds great. Finally, on my end of things, we have the River Concert Series at St. Mary's College from 7 to 9 p.m. on Friday, July 19th. It says that there is a 2-time Governor's Arts, Tourism, and Community Economic Development winner. And it says it's completely free. So we love free. And it says bring blankets, chairs, and food, or you can buy food from the vendors there.
I have been there many a year, and it is super chill and just wonderful.
Sounds lovely.
So nice to be down there, right by the water too. It's wonderful. Okay, now, we always send you adults out for auditions at the various theaters. Here's an audition for your kids. Okay, Music Man Junior auditions, which is for New Direction Theater.
Oh, we love
Now,
them.
there's a couple of different days you could do this. Okay, July 20th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Prince Frederick Library, or July 22nd at the Solomons Library from 6 to 8 p.m., or July 24th back at the Prince Frederick Library from 6 to 8 p.m. They ask you to prepare a 2-minute song that is not from the show, and there will be cold readings from the script. And, for kids who want to jump in and get involved in the theater, it's a perfect opportunity.
Absolutely love
Music
that.
Man, great show. So do it.
Absolutely. All right. So that brings us to the end of this episode. As always, we encourage you guys, if you like what we do here at the ArtsFam podcast, follow us on all of our social medias, share it, comment, do all of the things. Thank you so much, you beautiful human beings, for joining us on the ArtsFam podcast.
See you next week.
Bye.